Hello everyone, my name is John Fisher. I'm the Director of Product Development for all the Jayco lightweight towables, which includes the J-Feather, J-Feather Micro, and J-Feather Air. Today we're standing in front of the model year 25 J-Feather Micro, which we've got some exciting things that we want to show you, some new changes, as well as some of the top features. We want to start on the roof today because we do have a change that we've made, which is pretty major along the lines of our construction. So we've always had the Magnum Truss roof system, which is a steadfast thing at Jayco built around our 2-year warranty. Well, this year we're now offering a fully vacuum bond laminated walkable roof. And I want to reinforce the point that it is as strong as the Magnum Truss roof system, and that was validated by our R&D department here at Jayco. So we do have a new vacuum bond laminated roof system. So one other new exciting feature that we're offering on the Jayco lightweight towables is the Coleman Quiet Series Mach AC. So it's a 13,500 BTU AC. But the thing that's awesome about it is that it tested to be 10 to 12% quieter and more efficient than the competitive brands out there. So you'll see that on the new Micros as well as the new J-Feather Air and J-Feather. Couple other cool things is we have a new LP tank that has an integrated gauge. So it'll let you know if it's half full, it'll let you know if it's completely full. I know some campers really like to go and trade those out. But the cool thing about this is when you trade out LP, it's a lot more expensive versus just filling your current tanks. So it'll be a savings, and you'll know before the campsite. You can check your gauges, see what level they're at, take them to a farm and fleet or some other LP filler and get the tanks filled before you take off camping. So that's a cool new feature that we have. We've got the side camera, which a lot of the competition out there does not offer the side camera. They just offer the rear camera prep. So we have side camera, which is 2 cameras on each side. This bracket pops off, and then you can buy aftermarket the cameras to go on each side, as well as the back. Then you'll have a monitor panel in your tow vehicle. So the beautiful thing about that, it's an awesome safety feature. So if you're traveling, whether it's to and from the campsite or you're trailering across the United States or Canada, you can have that full 360 view of the road. And then at night, you can take the monitor panel inside and have basically a security system of some perimeter viewing around the campsite. So it's a really cool feature. We introduced this a couple of years ago. It's the rock solid stabilizer system. It's awesome. We feel like it's really been a needle mover with consumers because a lot of our competition out there has scissor stabilizer jacks, which have been an industry standard for a lot of years. And once the tongue jack's down, I do have these set up, but once they're set up and these units are anchored down and I'm putting a lot of force and you see no sway in that trailer. And that's important because if you're in a competitive product with scissor jacks, a lot of times, even if it's windy or you're inside the RV, you can feel that sway. And what also comes with that is an annoying creak sound from the scissor jacks swaying back and forth. So once these rock solid stabilizer system jacks are anchored, you're going to love it because you are really sitting firm on the campsite. One thing new for model year 25 on the J-Feather Micro Series is we went to front slam latch baggage doors. So we got a little bit thicker door. The slam latches are really nice versus the thumb latches that we've had in prior years. So nice solid door, magnetic catches. The pass-through is well finished off, well lit, and we do have battery quick disconnect on the off campsite as well in the pass-through. Couple other cool things with the Micro. We've carried over the LCI solid step, so people really like that they flip up. They're out of the way, but they are very secure when you're going up and down into the camper. We point out we always maximize our awning size. So when we design a new RV where a lot of our competitors will give you a shorter awning to save weight and cost, we're always going to maximize that awning length. A lot of the memories, a lot of the camping is done out under the awning. We want to give you as much shade as possible. Another key design feature is our windows. We're going to give you a max view window. So if we're going to put a window in a space, we're going to fill up that space with windows. A lot of our competition will give you smaller windows, again, to save cost and to save weight. So two important design features that we give our consumers, and that's on every one of the micro models. Construction wise, the only thing different in a micro versus the new Jayfeather Air and the Jayfeather series is that, again, you have the laminated roof, where the other two products will have the Magnum Truss roof system. So you're going to have double-sided Azdel on the perimeter. And why is that key? Azdel is a composite material that's water resistant, mold and mildew resistant. And not only do we have it on the adhered to the exterior skin of the fiberglass, we also have it on the interior wallboard. So it's double-sided Azdel that sandwiches your basically your aluminum framing and foam insulation. So Jayfeather, Jayfeather Micro, Jayfeather Air all have double-sided Azdel construction. We have Climate Shield standard on this product. Climate Shield is a certification that we tested in a weather chamber at 0 and 100 degrees and had to maintain ambient room temperatures for our with both the furnace on and the air conditioner. What that does is it extends the camping season. This is a 3-season coach, but for you northern US customers or Canadian customers, it's going to give you a prolonged into fall, maybe an earlier spring camping season where you can get out there and enjoy your RV. One other cool feature across the Jayco towables that we have had for years is the Goodyear tires. So American made on micro, they're 16-inch off-road rugged tires. This brand was specifically meant to be a single axle off the grid coach. So these American-made Goodyear tires have the highest speed and load ratings in the industry, up to 87 miles per hour. A lot of the foreign tires that are on RVs today have speed ratings of up to like 65 miles per hour. Plus, this has a 6-year warranty on it, so it's one of the absolute best tires in the industry. We've got a 17-inch J-port griddle that's standard on all the micros. So you will get a bracket arm, the bracket table, and then the 17-inch griddle. You'll have an LP quick disconnect. So that's going to come standard with every Jayfeather micro. You got right under your awning space, whether it's a rainy day or not, you can cook breakfast, lunch, dinner, and enjoy the griddle. A lot of people like the griddle cooking for sure. Back here on the rear side, we have a new 18-inch ladder. So we went from a 12-inch to an 18-inch, which allows bigger guys like me to climb up the ladder, check out the seals, service the roof. So that's very important. And as well as you can hang towels and wetsuits if you were at the lake or you were out skiing. You can hang all kinds of stuff on the rungs of the ladder. On the back side of the Jayfeather micros, we have on-demand tankless water heaters. So the key feature of the tankless water heater is that it's 60,000 BTU of heat output. That is super important because most of the competitive brands are at 42,000. And when you talk about incoming water from the ground, doesn't matter if you live in the north or the south, it averages about 55 degrees. And those units that have 42,000 BTU are not going to give you a super hot shower. It's going to be lukewarm, whereas the 60,000 BTU will get you there. You can take a nice hot shower with the 60,000 BTU. Now, if you pull the lid or the cover off, you can usually see what the BTU output is. And you'll see on the Jayco towable brands, we have 60,000. Super important. One other thing up on the roof is we have a standard solar package. It's called the Overlander 1, which is a 200-watt solar panel. And then we have a 30 amp digital controller on the interior. So it's going to help, run your 12-volt refrigerator. It's going to run your lights. And while you're plugged into your 7-way and you're towing, your refrigerator is going to cool very quickly. But it's just nice because having that 200 watt, it's going to keep your battery charged depending on how you camp. I have a lot of consumers that ask me about solar. I always like to refer them to the dealer because everybody camps differently. You're running different appliances and things, but we do have the opportunity to add an additional 200 watt panel and an 1800 watt inverter. It's called the Overlander 2 package, and that can be on all micros. A couple other things that we can do. We can put a roof rack up there if you'd like to haul kayaks or put luggage. That's another option. We can do heated tank pads, so it just adds to that climate shield package. We have the enclosed underbelly, but we can add the heated tank pads. We already have heated and forced ducting into that area. So again, that's all a part of the climate shield and helps extend the camping season. So I think these are just a few of the cool things that we've done. Some of the new stuff for model year 25 and some of the cool exterior features for the Jay Feather Micro. Now we're going to step inside and take a look at some of the things we've done there. Now we're standing on the inside of the model year 25 Jay Feather Micro 173 MRB. We're going to start up here in the front end because one of the things that I'm excited to show you is from model year 24, we've made a major redivision to the front bedroom. So I'm going to crawl into bed here to show you a few things where we took this space where normally you have the wardrobes come all the way down and these nightstands came out and protruded a lot further into the aisle. Now we've opened that space up. So some people that do not like tight spaces are going to love the new bedrooms in the Micro with that open feel. So you have hanging space on each side. We've got these cool drawer faces that slide open, and then you can also close them, but you've got storage in each side. And we also have the wireless charging ports along with USB. So you got wireless, or you can charge stuff as it sets up on the nightstand. Stacy Stewart did a really good job with the interior design. So we have the vintage farmhouse that carried over, which is a great mix of the whites and the grays, but we have a new fabric that's going to be on bunk mats, Murphy bed mattresses, dinette cushions. It'll be on our furniture. And the awesome thing about it is it's completely stain guarded. So if anything is spilled or if it would get dirty, you can rub that right off. So that's a really cool feature. And it just has a really soft touch and feel to it compared to the vinyls that a lot of the competition use. So again, with this being a Murphy bed model, I wanted to take a minute and just show you how easy it is to go from the sleeping position to the sitting position. And a lot of people with Murphy beds can be skeptical because in years past, Murphy bed setup and takedown has been cumbersome. But a lot of folks will just take their bedspread, fold it back, and you can literally take the platform with one hand, and now I've got one finger on it, and fold it back. It snaps into place, and then you can go ahead and set up the sofa. The beautiful thing about a Murphy bed is that you've got that extra seating in a small coach if you need it. For instance, this 173 MRB, you have your dinette and you have your main bed, but there's not a sofa in this model because of the size. Now we have during the day sitting space. We have a couple other cool features. Number one, on the base of the Murphy bed, we have a couple drawers. So you can store socks, underwear, other things down here. And you'll see these the slotted area. That is for these new table trays that we have for model year 25. So what's unique about the table trays is they're individual. And so you can either use them to eat, you can use them as a working station, but when you're not in use, you can fold them up and put them under the sofa. These are the individual table trays that we are now offering on the model year 25 Micro Murphy bed models. And the cool thing, like I said, is this can be used as an eating space or a working space. You got an area where you could put an iPad, you got an extra cup holder, but they're just super functional. And then, you know, you can use one, you can use both. If you'd have extra people out camping, it becomes, like I said, an eating space on top of that dinette. But when you're done using them, you just fold them up and they slot and store right underneath the drawers in the base of the Murphy bed. So very functional. We're excited about this because we have it in multiple Murphy bed units across the Jayco towables. So you'll start to see those in model year 25. Now we're moving into the bathroom. And as you can see, in a smaller micro unit, we have tons of storage. We have a really nice new shower enclosure that we know consumers are going to like. Easy open, easy close, but it really opens up that shower space. And it just closes with the click of a button. It's closed and you're showering. We've got the plenty of storage, full-size medicine cabinet, storage underneath. Inside here, we've got a full linen with removable shelf, as well as 2 drawers. So a ton of storage in such a small unit. And you'll see that we always maximize storage in all of the micro models. I really wanted to thank you for taking the time to walk through this new model year 25 Jayfeather Micro 173 MRB. If you'd like to see further information, you can get on our website at www.jayco.com or follow our social media pages. There will be plenty of stuff on there that you can view. But thank you for your time and hope you guys all have a great day.